McNeil is down in this corner down here. He is going to use his activation to pick up this charge, and he will set that right there. Now these don't technically blow up until everybody is out, so right now it's not really a ball of fire, it is simply a charge set in the corner, but it's a great way to denote that it is down there and ready to go. He still can move if he wants to. He's sort of boxed in by his buddies, but and he can't really get on path with Heisinger unless he makes that shock roll, so we're going to try to avoid that if possible, and we'll just send him 1, 2 up into this spot right here. Actually, you know what, we're going to go 1, we'll just leave him right here, that way if von Heisinger uses his Patmos amulet, he is not in range or sharing a path, which is weird. Oh, it's because there's a little cabinet right here, but he's not sharing a path with Barry, so Barry can't blast him. Okay, that's going to be it for McNeil, and we are on to initiative. Wait, no, yep, nope. Almost forgot him again. Let's go to the shock trooping. Apparently, I do not want to get him involved. He is combat, and although he's got a box down there, there is nothing in that thing. And his combat simply says go on Overwatch. This is the most cautious shock trooping known to man. That will go into the pile over there, and he is not apparently a go-getter. He is going to just simply guard this area again, and he is looking for anybody coming in this general area, which unfortunately for him is nobody. That will conclude their turns. I did talk about this in my last playthrough, where I said there were 1 or 2 little kind of odd decisions that were made by the cards, and I'm kind of living with those things just because most of the time the cards play out right, and quite frankly, if somebody was on his way in, he would be prepared for him, which works out pretty well. So I'm not worried about it. I'm going to reset all these guys and reset all of these guys and roll for initiative again. One of the things, and this would be the time to do this, is I was working without these event cards, and this is another whole deck of cards that I've created. It's, I don't know, around 50 cards, and you would draw one of these, and these are mainly made for the castle, which fortunately there's a lot of scenarios in this thing. I've got a few that are in mind for outside the castle and whatnot, but I haven't really created all that stuff yet. These are, you could draw these outside the castle, it's just some of them are castle specific, about half of them are, and about half of them are just things that could happen. This would be the time that you would draw it before initiative is taken, so I would draw this card and flip this over and read this, take command of the troops. The fluff text, we thought we had them on the ropes, we pushed them back into the interior of the castle, but then the rally began. Add 1 point to the initiative roll this round for each command icon on each team's character cards. This is in addition to any normal bonuses. Now, both the Union and the Reich, I've already looked through all these characters. They both only have 1 character with a command icon on it, and that icon is right there. Unfortunately, they don't share that icon on, actually, I take that back. I thought von Heisinger had it, but he doesn't, so it's only McNeil's. So playing this card, or using this card, we would add 1 more to the Union's initiative roll. Instead of a +4 for both the Union and the Reich, it would now be a +5 for the Union, so they would get a +1 advantage. Might as well start using those cards. And it does not help at all because it's still 3 to 2, so the Reich would go first. That's how the cards work, and there's a lot of different things that are in there. We will move on, starting with the Yellow Guard. He is the first one to move. He is loaded for bear, so he is 1, 2, and 3, and that's as far as he's going to make it. No additional action there. And then we go up to von Heisinger. This would be round 4 for him. He is using the command pack, so the command pack says if an enemy target is within range and a second enemy shares it, so essentially it's the Patmos amulet again. And fortunately for me, Barry is not within range of a second. He's not on path with another Union character. He is close, but he's not. Good thing I moved McNeil off that circle, so he won't be using that. The other one, number 2 reads, so he can't use the Patmos amulet. The other one is, if only 1 target or no targets are within Patmos mental range, move toward the nearest friendly character, trying to get within 6 spaces as many friendly as possible. The nearest friendly happens to be over here, so he's going to go 2, 3, 4, and his current movement value is 5, and that gets him close to being on path, but he is not quite there yet. And that's going to be it for him. Discard that one. We'll mark him and bring ourselves over. Barry gets to go, and Barry is down here, so his path to go through here is actually clear. Shock Trooping is going to be meeting a little fire here pretty soon. Barry can still move 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can move Barry up into here. He can't go into the circle because it costs 2 to get there. So that will be it for our boy Barry. We'll mark him. He's already been marked. That takes us over to Eula, and she is matched up with the green. We'll move his 2 and 3, and he is just a little bit closer to getting himself out of the castle. Once he is out, he's out for good. And Eula will go. Again, she has the stamina pack. She does have a bubble on the bottom part, so at no cost, replenish Eula's first aid if it's been used. Well, even though she's hurt, she has yet to use it. Apparently, she feels like she doesn't need to. And she doesn't look like she's going to use it this time either. Move on a path to the nearest enemy and attack with the Luger. The nearest enemy was going to be most likely Alpha up top up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Actually, move on to... Okay. Now the nearest path would be Delta down here, because she can move just 2 and be on path with him, but it says towards the nearest enemy, so not the nearest path. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and point that little Luger at his head and try to take a shot at him. Thematically, this might make sense because she has not been doing well with the Kruger at all, so she thought she'd take a shot at him, and unfortunately, being point blank range, she still only gets 1 hit because she sucks at most things. And here comes the shock roll, and there's a 10, so he avoids being shot in about the smallest room possible. Somehow he avoids being hit. There must be a desk or something to hide behind in there, but she does nothing. And that takes up her turn. She has really been pretty useless. She's been right next to this guy, dogging him the entire time, and she can't seem to do anything to him. Okay, coming back to the other side. We are going to allow Delta to go, and Delta happens to be right here. Now, this isn't really a kill everybody in the Reich mission. This is a set the explosives mission, so it's not really to his advantage to sit here and duke it out with Eva. She really needs to go after him while he is going to try to plant the charges. We have one set. Oops, let me put this Eula's card away. We have one set already set down here, and the next time when Alpha goes, he should be able to get the other ones over there. And that just leaves us with this corner and this corner. So somebody has to get up into that corner with some charges, and since he has some, and it looks like Barry's on his way to the other corner, we're going to try to get him up there. Unfortunately, oh, you know, this might actually work for us, because von Heisinger is not sharing, oh, he is sharing a path to that circle. We'd like to be able to get around von Heisinger's path, if possible, but he happens to be, this is one of the reasons why we had him move, he happens to be sharing a path, with the exception of being able to go through here, he's sharing a path with Eula. We could have him try to bull rush and get through there, and maybe we'll try that. Let me think about it. Okay, I think I am going to attempt a bull rush, and to do that it's a stamina duel, and this stamina happens to be 1 better than hers is, so he has a stamina value of 5 right now. You roll 4 dice on these duels. So he got 3 successes. That's pretty dang good. Now, if she gets less than 3, he will win. And she needs a 6, and she only gets 1 success. So the little bull rush works out for us. So we got 1, 2, plow right through her. Thank you very much. 3, 4, 5. He still has a movement of 7, 6, and 7. So he gets past her and bull rushes over to here. He bull rushed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. He can make it to here. That was my bad. That was Delta that did the bull rushing, not Alpha, which is fine. That's why you use the little chips, because it let me know who was activated at the time. Because the right got to go first, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it would have been up to his turn. but he actually makes the bull rush successful. Had he not, he would have stayed right there, and she would have gotten a free melee attack on him with strafe, and that would not have been a good thing. So he is off and running now, heading to the other corner, and that's going to be his turn. We'll move ourselves over to Eva. She's a little bit surprised. She got bull rushed, and she is still in the stamina. Her card reads, Blessed by the Kaiser, rank of Domina. The Bloodstorm division counts Eva Kramer among its most elite, and she lives up to that through careful planning and execution in everything that she does. The Reich automatically wins initiative next round if Eva's in the game, so that's one bonus for her. If within or able to move with range enemy of 2, attack with strafe. She is, and she is both within range of these guys. She's going to take the easiest one. This is one of those common sense decisions. She got bull rushed, knocked against the wall. She gets herself back up, and she sees McNeil popping out of the corner. Assuming that Delta has already run off, she's going to pull out that whip and take a crack at McNeil over here. So she gets 5 dice using strafe. Get those 5 out. We'll just roll it right on the board since we have a nice clear spot right here. And she needs to get a 5 or better, which she does only twice. Not too bad for McNeil anyway. He has to make a shock roll, and he needs a 5 or better as well, so he eliminates both those hits. So while the Reich is hitting, they are not doing damage. They do win initiative, however, next round. We'll put this down here. How many cards is that? That is 4 rounds. That takes care of our girl Eva, and that brings us back over to the other side, and it's Alpha's turn. He could turn around and take a shot over at Eula if he wanted to, but since essentially we are trying to get these explosives in here and get the heck out of here, he is going to lay his explosives down first, so even if he doesn't make it, he at least will have planted his explosives and helped out everybody else. So that is going to be his turn, and he is going to turn around and hope to hell he wins initiative. Oh, wait a minute, no, he won't. The Reich wins it for next round, so that's going to be it. He's going to duck and cover now. With Eula's last turn, it really doesn't matter because he didn't get attacked, but we'll let him move with the Reich. Is blue should have moved, and he is on his way back out, so he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is, well, you didn't get a chance to see that very well, but essentially he moved from back in here on the path over here, and guess who he snuck up right behind? He's right behind Delta because he's on path, and when they stop on path with somebody, they automatically fire, so he will move and fire. He gets 5 dice because he's using a machine gun, and he needs a 6 or better to hit. Fortunately for him, he got a lot of hits, and he gets to re-roll his lowest die, so this could be, oh no, still only 4 hits. So 4 hits into the back of Delta, and Delta's shock roll comes in. Not great. He needs a 5 or better. He shakes off 2 of those, which leaves 2. We still have 2 command points, so he'll shrug off another one with a command point down here, but that still wounds him and takes him down 1. So his attributes are just 1 lower there. He is hurt by a guard of all people, but not down. Still kicking. Alright, with that guard is the shock trooping, and he is combat. We have a little bubble down here, and if extra ammunition is used, replenish it in his inventory. He has not yet used it, so he's still good there. That would be on a roll of an odd number, so it doesn't automatically happen. With combat, fire on the target closest with the MP40. He is not in range of anybody, so we move on to number 2. Move and fire on the closest trooper. And let's see where we're at here. It says trooper though, and not just any hero, so the only 2 troopers left happen to be on the opposite end of the castle, and so he could move and potentially fire at Barry, but he can't. He's looking at those troopers instead, so he's not going to do that. So we move on to number 3, and if I can do this without too much glare, move and fire on the closest hero. Move as far away and out of range as you have movement points left. Okay, so it does at least make sense. He couldn't get to the troopers. He likes to pick on the weak guys, but instead he will get after and try to fire on Barry. So put that down. The shock trooping has not been hurt at all, so he's pretty fleet of foot. He's going to move 7. Let's get him onto the path. So 1, 2, and he happens to be sharing, because these are all kind of that light yellow or tannish color, happens to be sharing. The only thing in between him and Barry is this big old long table full of maps and whatnot. Barry sees him coming, freaks out a little bit because of the glowing eyes of the shock trooping. Shock trooping doesn't say a word, and he just turns and fires, so let's get ready.